welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do an October TBR. As you can tell, I have gotten into the spooky season. To commemorate October, we have my ghost blanket, and I do have pillows. If you saw my last video, which is decorating my book room and creating my dream library, I'm getting a chair. Don't have that yet, so we're on the floor. But we have my Hey Boo pillow, and we have, you can't see this one that much, my black cat pillow. Okay, stunning, stunning. We got pumpkins here, some flowers here, and my drink is orange. It's a Celsius, an orange Celsius, but goes with the vibes. So today we are going to talk about all the books I hope to read in October. I don't make TBR videos that often, even though I love to watch TBR videos, but I am the moodiest mood reader to ever mood read, okay? Plus, working and in school, I try to have time and then suddenly I don't have time, and then I'm like, not accomplishing the books I had set out to accomplish, so it can be a little sad, but it's fun to have a goal or ambitions or thoughts for books you want to read in the month, especially during this time of the year because it's very seasonal. There's a lot of different vibes because of each month. Of October, spooky season; November, more of the fall; Thanksgiving, like cozy season; December, Christmas season. Like there's more ambiance, there's more aesthetics to be going with when it comes to picking books. So we're gonna pick books. This is a very ambitious TBR, okay? As you can probably potentially have noticed, there's no wrap-up video for September because I've so far read 2 books. The last day of September is technically tomorrow. I'm hoping to finish one more book is my goal. Probably not though. I want to, so we'll try. We're gonna wrap up September with October because it was a rough month. So it's very bold of me to say I read 2 books in September. Let me try to add like 10 books on my TBR for October. Let's get into the books that I want to read. I do have books that I recently acquired or books that I want to read in this month that are not on my fall TBR technically. And then I have my books that I know are on my fall TBR that I want to also read. So it's a mixture of both. Newly acquired books I already owned but weren't on my fall TBR, and then books that were on my fall TBR. I live in Florida, so my fall TBR is kind of like the rest of the year TBR for the vibes because we don't really have winter. We have like winter for like a few days, a few weeks in total. Our cold time is usually like morning is cold, and then it gets hot in the afternoon and then cold at night. Very minimal winter. That was my fall winter TBR. Let's get into it. We'll first talk about the book that is newly acquired that is not on my fall TBR, but I saw it recently at Barnes & Noble and I'd seen it in the past and the cover is so cute, and I thought let's get it. Why not get it for the fall season? And my mom also bought it, so we're going to be buddy reading this book together. But that is Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. First of all, Abby Jimenez blurbed it, so that is enough because Queen Abby, I love her. Her book's stunning, so she blurbed it. I'm hoping it's good as well, and it's nice, short and sweet, so we can fly through this and it'll be fun to read with my mom. But this book follows our main male character, and he works like in a cemetery or a funeral home, something to that effect. And he is single and he has an inheritance from his family, but he has to be married by 35 in order to get it. And then we have our female main character, who I think is dealing with the passing of her husband and moves to this town, I think, and meets him, and so she's like helping him find the love of his life. But she's gonna start, you know, feeling joy again and romance in a cemetery. So I'm really excited to read this one. Again, short and sweet. The cover is so cute. I haven't heard anything about this. I've seen it a few times but I haven't heard anything from it, but I'm excited and I hope it's very good. Now books that are not on my fall TBR that I would like to get to. First we have Glint by Raven Kennedy. This is book 2 in the Plated Prisoners series. I started this book I think last month. I read the first book and I really enjoyed it, and I really want to continue with it, and I want to continue with it, like I want to get to it because I don't want to forget what happens. Like I want to binge the series as much as possible and like go through it quickly and consistently and not wait a long time to get to it. So I really want to get into this one. The first book follows our main character, and it's like a King Midas retelling. She's made of gold. She's the plated prisoner by this king. He's holding her as a prisoner, as the title suggested. There's war, there's politics, there's like opposing armies, there's scheming, there's some magical elements and some magical creatures that we're getting to know. And the first book is kind of like a journey going on a little bit, and it's a plot twist. And the ending was very intriguing, so I'm excited to see how it continues. I have heard the first book is like a setup for the rest of the series and it gets better as the books continue. But I did enjoy the first book, but it was a bit slower. But I did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to how it's going to continue and progress. So I really want to get to this book. It's also on Kindle Unlimited, so I would like to read it on my Kindle or in here, whichever one I'm feeling that day. But I hope to get to this. Next, newly acquired. Actually, this is newly acquired, but it's on Kindle Unlimited as well. But I had to buy the book because quickly. So why not? But this is the Crowns of Axia series. The first book being The Serpent and the Wings of the Night, and then this is book 2, which is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. I recently read the novella that's between the first book and this book, Six Scorched Roses, in my 24-hour reading challenge with my little sister, if you want to go watch that. But I really, really enjoyed that book. It was like super short. I think it was like 200 pages or less than that, but I really enjoyed it. It was a wonderful novella, and it made me want to continue on with the story, even though I loved the first book in the series. I think I gave it like 5 stars. Ate it up. Never continued with it. Then I read the novella, and it really was like, yes, I love this. So I thought, let's try to continue the series. It's being, unfortunately, they're being republished. Not unfortunately, good for her. Love that for you. But they're being republished, and I have the first book hardcover in like the original tall edition. And now these are shorter. Makes me sad. But anyways, this is book 2. This book has to do with vampires and like magical creatures. So again, October, spooky season, perfect. The first book follows our main female character, and she's a human living in this vampire world. She was taken in by like one of the vampire kings as like his daughter, and so she's been training all her life to enter into these competitions that happen every, I don't know how many years. It's been a while since I read that book, but a very big elaborate event by the gods of these trials to compete, and the winner gets like a prize or like a wish granted by this goddess or god. And so she enters as a human with all the vampires to survive all these trials. It's giving like Hunger Games, high stakes. There's romantic tension in here. There's enemies to lovers. There's angst, banter. I love like the games environment, like the trials, trying to solve the trials and like get through them and survive, working together with your enemy. I love it. So that book was amazing. I'm excited to continue with this one. I heard this book is a bit more politics heavy, but it's fine with me because I do enjoy politics. I like politics and like subplot of romance in books too. So hopefully we can get to this one soon. Guys, we have so many we want to read. Okay, next is a series or a duology that I've heard amazing things about. And it's a very old duology, but people still talk about it and still love it. And I think Sarah Curley talking about it recently, and so I was like, now I want to read it more than I already wanted to be reading it. So I thought it would be a nice time to read it in the fall, and specifically October maybe. We'll see what we get to, okay? But we're gonna have high hopes. But that is Six of Crows and the Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I know that she has a prequel trilogy, the Grisha trilogy. I will not be reading it. So sorry. These books are people's like favorites, like favorite duology ever, like favorite found family ever. Really when I get to these, people said that you don't have to read the Grisha trilogy, or that even the Grisha trilogy is not their favorite. So I don't really feel like reading it. I think I tried starting it a while ago, but never got into it. So I don't plan to, and if I read this and I loved it and I really want to get more background, I'll go into it. If you want to convince me otherwise, you can down below. But I really want to read this. I don't know much about this series or this duology, other than it's like a group of misfits working together to solve a heist, found family, I think a subplot of romance. That's all I know, but I've heard amazing things about it. People love this duology. I'm excited. I have the fun sprayed edges, very pretty, but I thought it'd be fun to read this month, and hopefully we can get to it and enjoy it and maybe do a reading vlog binging these two and talking about it. Yeah. Now next are books that are on my fall TBR that I would like to read and I would like to get to. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books, and then we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's funny. The next 5 books I want to get to, hopefully that these are on my fall TBR, is we have Light Lark by Alex Astor. Again, don't know much about this one, but I know it's a lot of these next ones are kind of like popular bookstagram books. This is a romantasy series trilogy, I believe. The first 2 books are out so far. The third one's coming out soon, maybe. I think there's like a movie coming out with from this book. I'm not sure, but I've seen people loving it. So I thought it'd be fun to read again. Fall and fantasy, we'd love to see it. So I'd love to get to it. I've talked about it in my fall TBR, what it's about, but looking at the back, reading with my eyes. I don't even like looking at the back that much because I like to go into books blind. The amount of books I've gone into without reading the back and being shocked by something that is literally on the back, but how much better the experience was by being shocked by that thing. The blurb's gonna be a little bit shorter, but this one's good. But I think they go to an island, there's like a game, deadly games, trials, breaking the curses, different realms, different rulers. Sounds good to me. So I hopefully can get to this book. I really want to. I've heard great things about it. I do need to wait for Nightbrain to come out in paperback. I think it's only on hardcover right now, and this is paperback, so we can't mismatch if we can help it. The next book I would like to get to is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have a Jennifer L. Armentrout shelf over here. We love JLA. I was obsessed with her at the beginning of my more reading journey I was in college, and I haven't read her books recently, but the Lux series is one of my all-time favorites for nostalgic reasons. I'm just obsessed with it. I love it forever, always. And I love this series, whatever. Anyways, so we have From Blood and Ash. I have read this with my old annotating thing. Oh my gosh. I have bright neon highlights, just as funny compared to how I annotate now. But anyways, I did read this book a while ago, like a long time ago, like a few years ago. Okay, people are loving it because more books are coming out in the series. I know there's like another spin-off series, like intermingle with the series. People are like loving, either you love it or you don't, I'm not sure. But I do love JLA. I have the second book here as well, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Also, one of my good friends has just been reading her books and is like loving it and wants me to read it so badly, and so I need to get to it. So this would be a reread for me technically, but it's been so long that I don't remember everything in it. I know the main character's name is Poppy, right? I'm not going to explain this that well because I don't remember and I don't want to do it dirty, but I know there's this person in this world called the Maiden, and she's like this prized girl that no one knows what she actually looks like because she always walks around with like a veil on her head, except for like a close knit view of people like her guards and like her family and stuff like that. But she lives in the kingdom and she's like the princess kind of, and she sneaks out to like live a normal life, but then there's like a magical element going on. There's like a mist or these creatures coming out and killing people. There's lies, betrayals, and romance in here as well. It's a romantasy. And we have Hawk, which is one of the guys that becomes one of her bodyguards, like her main bodyguard. And so then this becomes like a journey between them. They're going on an adventure, evil people, magical creatures, secrets, betrayals, journeys, romance. I'm excited. I think I have the audiobook for this potentially, so maybe we'll listen to it as well. I'm wanting to take these tabs out and re-annotate it because these tabs don't match my vibes anymore. I need them to color coordinate to the book, you know. But anyways, I'm excited to read this and get into the series. Again, I think I'm starting a lot of series right now. Look at what time. But again, hopefully we can get into the series and progress in the series. I think I might have to do like finishing series I'm in the middle of, because I'm in the middle of a few now. Maybe like try to binge all of one series in a video, like all of the Plated Prisoner books, like back to back, and then maybe try to binge these and when, you know, we'll see. But anyways, I'm excited. Hopefully we enjoy this. This is one of my thicker books of the series, of the books on this video, but hopefully we can get to it. Next, I have Butcher and Blackbird by Brian Weaver. This is, I think it's a given. It's a given if you know what it's about. This is a given for this time of the month. It's about two serial killers. Butcher and Blackbird. Halloween, spooky season. Yes, I will definitely be getting to this book. I think I heard someone say the audiobook's really good, so I'll probably will buy the audiobook and listen to it like while reading it, or just listen to it. But all I know is that this is about two serial killers. It's like a romantic comedy slash slasher, basically. They fall in love, I think. They're competing. I don't know exactly. I really don't know. People love this book. Like, I've seen people give it 5 stars. So, I'm excited. I read the Mind F series, and I loved those books. I'm hoping this one's giving the same kind of vibe. A dark romantic comedy, friends to lovers, full of murder, chaos, and sizzling chemistry. So I'm excited. Not super long again. If I can do the audiobook, I might try to see how that is and do that as well. But I'm excited to get to this, and we'll definitely be getting to this month because it's not super long. So, and my last 2 books, some of my more anticipated, excited reads that I keep saying I want to read but keep putting off. So hopefully we can get to them. Again, I'm starting so many series, so we might need to do a video of like trying to binge a series because I really want to, especially for this book. I would love to film a reading vlog for this. I had wanted to do it for a while, and then I saw Larry Reed's coming out with hers, and I'm like, I love it. But I can't watch those videos until I read the books because it's spoiler. There's spoilers in it, and I'm like, now I have to read the series so I can watch those videos because I love Larry Reed's reading vlogs. So if you can't guess what this book is, it is The Zodiac Academy by the Twisted Sisters, which is Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm so sorry. This is the special, the new covers, I think, or something. I don't know. I saw these at Barnes & Noble or Books a Million, and I was like, I have to get it. So this book follows 2 twins who live in this world, and I think they end up realizing they have magical powers, and they go to the Zodiac Academy where they meet a bunch of people. And I think there's just romance, there's drama, there's magic, there's betrayal, there's love, there's secrets, there's heartbreak, devastation, pain, found family, beauty. I think every emotion possible you get in this series. I've seen people sobbing their eyes out over these books, but obsessing over it and like loving it and like one of their favorite series of all time. I'm very excited. I want to just dive in and like full completely immerse myself into this world. So that's what I was saying. It'd be fun to do a reading vlog, maybe do like every few books, doing a reading vlog for it, try to not binge them, but like read them consistently so that I don't, again, I want to be in it and not pull myself out too often that I lose the engagement in it, if that makes sense. Anyways, look how pretty these cover pages are. Stunning. So I really hope I can get to this. I hope I can. These are also on Kindle Unlimited, I think, so far. There also is like a reading order for this to intertwine with another series that they have. So I'm gonna try to do that. It's on TikTok. But either way, you start with the first book, Zodiac Academy. So hopefully I can get to this book finally. Hopefully. Okay, and the last book that I want to read, and I definitely will because I think it's gonna be one of my next reads, like next two reads I think. I'm currently reading a book that I'm hoping to finish by the end of September, which is tomorrow. And then I'm probably gonna read the other book, More Believe Yours, my mom. But this is the next book I really want to read, and this book came out recently. No, it came out a while ago, but it was initially indie published. It got picked up by a publishing company, and now they were traditionally published newly. And so we have Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I think I love the indie covers a bit more and that they're paperback, but it's fine. It's fine. But this came out literally a few weeks ago in September, and I was like, I have to get it. I've been dying to read this. When I saw it initially on TikTok and stuff like that, when it was indie published, people were loving it, and now it's officially out. New covers. I don't know much about it. Dragons, fantasy. I really don't know much, but people love this book, so I'm hoping to love it as well. I think it's romantasy. It says, I will find a way to defy death itself to keep you here. We have a deal. So I really don't know much about it. It says, immersive fantasy filled with sizzling reluctant allies to lovers, romance, a world to get lost in. Queens, dragons, characters you root for. Enough for me. As I always say, we have like a nice map. Stunning, stunning. But yes, I'm very excited to read this one, and I hope to get to it soon is my goal. Okay, but that is all the books I hope to read in October, which is 10 books, and I read 2 books last month. But it's okay, we can dream big. These are all the books I'm hoping to read this month. I'm excited. I'm loving the seasons. I'm loving the vibes of the fall, winter. I love it. Just the autumn vibes, the cooler weather, wanting to read fun fantasy books and romance books, and I was gonna put, I think, a Dark Academia book in here, but I didn't add one. November is giving Dark Academia. I'm excited for this month. I'm excited for just the seasons in general. I'm loving them, and I can't wait to read more books and hopefully get to more than 2 books this month. I am so excited. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts are on them. If you have any of these books that you want me to do a reading vlog on, let me know. Make sure to keep it spoiler free down below. Let me know what your plans are for October, what books you're currently reading, you're planning on reading, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! This is why I need a TBR cart, because I want to keep all the books that I want to read each month on the cart so I can remember what was on my TBR. Because I put it all back, then I'm like, what was on my TBR? And then I go pick random books. Versus if I have them on the cart, then I'm like, those are my TBR. Try to read those. Okay, well, hopefully we have a fun wrap up and then we can actually like talk about books that I actually read. And I want to film videos for a lot of these books, so hopefully we can get to those as well. But